Welcome back, everyone. We are back in the world. I know, right? So crazy. So crazy. Um, Wonderful times. Absolutely wonderful times. Everything over here in our power center, in our automation, semi-automation, I'll say. I haven't quite gotten everything down. It seems to be working pretty darn good. There is a couple of minor technicalities, I'm going to say it, that I would like to solve. And one of them is like making sure all of the ore from our digital miner ends up into our system over there. As well as I've noticed that there's been a few like hiccups with the XNet where, maybe this and that's not getting supplied like it's supposed to. So, yeah, those are a couple of the hiccups and stuff like that. But otherwise, everything's working well. We're pretty much full on resin, so we're definitely not draining that. We have the solar cruising like you wouldn't believe. Um, and I've done a little bit of building. I've done a bit of building, indeed. So, a couple of quick things. A couple of very, very quick things. So, I polished off a few of the Thaumcraft quests. These are all the starting stuff. So, research table, very straightforward. Arcane stone, again, very straightforward. The workbench with Silas Mundus on a crafting table. And the thermometer, which is just gold and glass panes. Okay? Speaking of gold, I need a little bit. We'll keep that with us. So I've done some of the basics, right? And I call those like the Thaumcraft basics for the most part. Sorry, one sec. My feet are warm. Taking off the slippers. Taking off the slippers. I know, right? Beautiful. All right. So, some of the basics have been done. Now, let's head on over to our Thaumcraft area. And I've done quite a bit of work. So I've done a whole pathway over to it, which is awesome. We got a nice little pathway along the pond. I think this pond could definitely be gussied up quite a bit. I've added some stairs, still not quite completed at all, and I didn't do a branchway for the portal. I might just slide it over a little bit, but we'll see. So nice little pathway, came across this little gorge, decided to build a bridge over it, right, from the meteors, all that kind of stuff, and down. And as you can see, I have it pretty much all fenced as well, and it's looking very, very sharp. And just like we talked about, it is over here. I have this lovely little pond here next to the silverwood. You got some great woods and whatnot around us, and I'm thinking I'm going to chop down these guys and plant like some more great woods and just kind of make it cool, make it fancy, right? So, anyways, I've gotten a small little bit here of things ready to go, which is great. The other thing that's bugging out is this. As you can see, 0 available. It did this to me earlier as well, and I actually had to go move my entire table somewhere else. I don't even think, if I replace it, I don't think it does it either. Let's just see. I don't think it does. Yeah, see, it still says 0. So I'm not sure what's going on there. It's seeming a little bit glitchy. I don't know what the problem is, to be honest, right? And if I just go over here, for example, and I turn this on, and we go like so, and then we go like so, this will make some more thermometers, and we have a whole bunch available, right? Perfect. Like, it's pretty straightforward. But, yeah, it seems to be a little bit glitchy as to the area. Now, there is V in the area. That's the part that's glitchy above all else. So, yeah, now that I bring it back, I think it will work again. But anyways, so just those little technicalities for the most part that I've had to endure here so far. We have a research table. We can do research. We have a crucible, so we can look at doing the crucible things as well. And I've unlocked alchemy and arcane infusion. The auramancy requires the caster gauntlet, which would be pretty cool to to open up as well. But for right now, this is the only thing we need, because all we need to do is niter, right? I don't really care what kind of niter it is either. So we can just do yellow, for example. So it's 10 Potentia, 10 Lux, 10 Ignis with glowstone, right, in the crucible. So it's pretty straightforward. I think that's pretty much just coal and torches, or at least it used to always be. I think that's still the case. Why am I not just flying? I do not know. I do not know. Flying is faster. Flying is most definitely faster. All right. We can double check that, though, very, very quickly here with a little bit of luck. Yeah, so 10 and 10, and then it was Lux as well. So let's just go like so. Let's go to yellow niter now that we have the recipe, and the Lux, which we can look through the stack here, find 10 in the numbers. There we go, 10. So you can use glowstone, but that also has census, probably not ideal. Whereas I believe torches are 5. Yep, right there. 5 and just a little bit of herba. So that's probably a little bit better than the latter, right? The other thing that we can do is we can get some quartz slivers. These are very, very useful early on in Thaumcraft, and apparently there's even a quest for them, which I did not know about. Very good. Okay. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Air V crystal. We definitely already have those. Oh, nice. Resonating gems. Well, that's nice. Saves us a little bit of hassle. Those are actually pretty darn good. Not gonna lie. Okay. They're used in a lot of things, too. All right, so the quartz sliver will help as well. So let's get ourselves the... You know what? Let's get a few. Let's get a few of these things, right? So if we have 5 glowstone, for example, that's going to mean 10 torches, right? Overall, and then it's going to mean 5 coal, because these are 10, that's 5, and that will complete the recipe. So this should give us a few niters overall. Now, as you can see, it's becoming nighttime again. This area is not the safest, so I'm definitely going to sleep off the night over here. We're not dealing with Astral right now, so yeah, we'll take advantage of that. All right, so all we have to do, we throw the torches, we throw the coal, we throw the glowstone. There we go, we got our 5 niter. And then we throw in the slivers, okay? And what the slivers do is they turn whatever's left in your alchemy into crystal form. That way you're not causing too much of a environmental burden, right? So yeah, just one of those things to consider. So we got the niter. That's great. It gave us the air V crystal. I'm not sure why, but that's fine. So we got our niter as well, which is kind of what was holding us up last time. So that's good. We got some terrible diorite and some good liquid fuel tanks. And that uses up a little bit of water, as you can see. You can always fill it back up, just like I did there, and you're good to go. Very, very nice. I am liking this, though. Okay. Now, from there, we can look and see what the niter allows us to craft. Now, one of the things was the illumination powder that we were looking at getting last time, right? Up in our luminous crafting, as well as that starlight crafting altar, which is kind of one of the big next steps in terms of, you know, all of that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep 3 of them there. I might just do this, actually. Yeah, let's do this, too. We might as well. So we'll keep 1 on us here. Let me just get a piece of dirt. Like so. I really like that new dank null system. And I'll place down the niter there. That'll work great. And then from here, we can go like this, and we can go like this, and we can place down the sand. Very good. Very good. I like to keep it on dirt for whatever reason. But the niter will work as a fuel source, but that way I don't have to hear the fire all the time, right? It's kind of annoying to hear that all the time. So let's go back to our Astral Sorcery area. or where you guys think our Astral Sorcery may be. Those of you that are keen of eye might have already seen it, but I've been hard at work, and I want to show you guys what I've done for our general logistics of the base, which I'm trying to keep a really good feel on. So I hope you guys appreciate that, because I've been trying pretty darn hard to, you know, not necessarily avoid flying, but make sure that I can commute anywhere if I had to not fly, right? So, as you can see, I made another bridge over here. This is great. So just kind of a little bridge off the way here, nothing too crazy, and this leads us down into what is our Britannia area, right? So what I'm thinking is our Britannia is going to be kind of underneath this bridge, you know, doing its thing. I need to do pillars, you know, support columns, all that type of stuff. I still need to clean up a few other things. I cleaned up a lot of the wind bushes from Pam's out of the area. I don't find them all that nice to look at, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, a lot of good things going on there, but yeah, there's still so much more to do. So we have this nice little walkway. I connected it up over here to our farms as well, and we can kind of cruise on up and over. Now, this is our Astral Sorcery area, as I explained before, but it's up there. Yes, indeed. I did find my way to make our beautiful little base up here at about Y200, I think. I think you can go higher with it, but I was like, this is good enough for now. This is good enough for now. So we have our base here. That's very, very good. It's not good when I don't bring up the materials that I need, though. I will say that. So I need to get some glowstone dust, some aquamarine. I have rock crystals up there, and I have all the marble that I should need, along with, I believe I have the bucket and everything else. So I think that means that we are pretty much good to go on some of our crafts. Now, I'm not sure, because we're higher up, our Starlight Altar is actually quite a bit more full. As you can see, even in the daytime, it's almost full. So that's great. But guess what I just forgot downstairs? Oh, I digress. I forgot the glowstone again, didn't I? It's fine, ladies and gentlemen. I'm tired. It happens. It happens. I tell you. Brutal. Brutal. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's bring up double that, just in case. Just in case. All right. So we'll head on back up here. It is a little bit of a jaunt with the flying to get up here. I do want to have another system to get up here, but we do not have the capability at this time to do it. Okay. So there's our illuminating. We have our resonating wand. We could click like so, and voila, we got our illumination powder. Great. Now, illumination powder is what we need for that mana spreader, so we can head on back downstairs with at least, you know what, I'm going to take 4 with me down there, right, just so that we're good to go. And then the other item that we can make is the altar, right? So I would like to get the altar set up here as well. So we have our liquid starlight. We have a rock crystal. Again, not really overly concerned about which one's good at this point in time. We have a whole bunch of marble pillars, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just confirm which one we need here. Not sooty marble, this guy here. So we need 4 marble pillars and 2 chiseled marble. Beautiful. I have all the supplies. Look at that. Boom and boom. So I think this will also work, just because of the height that we're going at here. But there we go. We made ourselves a bigger altar. Pretty much, it's fancier. More than anything, that is what we did. So with Astral Sorcery, I think I have to pick this up. So let's pick it up. Let's get our quest reward. There we go. Excellent. Beautiful. Okay. The Starlight crafting altar is used to craft various things in the mod. To function, you'll need to place a multi-block structure around it, which you can find in the Astral Tomb. Perfect. I'm okay with this. The skyhook, I don't really care about. But we need to figure out what it is this fancy thing. Now, attunement, I think, is where we need to be. I believe. I don't know for sure. I'm not too sure for sure. Celestial altar, I think it's under there. Attunement, maybe it's under attunement. Nope, that's the attunement altar. Okay. Alignment change, celestial altar, star metal. Where is what I'm looking for here? That is not what I'm looking for. Okay, maybe it's not attunement. Is it still in exploration? Starlight crafting altar. Okay, there we go. So we need to craft this fancy dancy altar in this world now, right? So pretty darn crazy. We need 8 chisel marble, 28 marble arch, 24 marble brooks, sooty marble, and marble pillars. Now, I see why people normally build a base around this. And I kind of did something similar, I guess, but a little bit different with our basalt and marble setup here. I really like this base. So what I think I'm going to do, now that I've seen that there's a big multi-block structure that kind of goes with this, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it off to like this side here. We'll build it off and build our altar on that. Okay. So for this, let me get all of the materials that I require for this. I think we have some of it. Definitely not all of it. So let me get as many of the items that I can, and then we'll cruise from there. Yeah, we will. All right, we have all of the items. 4, 5, 6, 7. Very good. Let's build ourselves this altar, right? Nothing too crazy. It's pretty easy building, all things considered. We'll do that. We will get our pillars. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and our chiseled on top. Very nice. We're kind of just building our own altar at this point, more than anything else. Now, if I remember correctly, it's boom and in one. Okay. So we go at least the 5 along the sides, and then in 1 on each middle. Pretty straightforward. Nothing too crazy. For at least this model, this version. It kind of helps that you can fly. You can fly, you can fly. Sooty marble, pretty cheap, just coal and marble, nothing too crazy. And this guy, right smack dab in the middle. Beautiful. So what we're doing is it'll automatically start charging. It's no longer that red bar that we saw before. So that's really, really good. So we've completed our altar, which is great. Now, what can we do with all of that? I have no clue. I have no clue what we can do with this. But luckily we have a little bit of a quest book, so we can kind of explore as we go. Now there's a linking, what do we got here? A linking tool and an attunement altar. Those are 2 things that we should be able to craft. So let's take a look at the linking tool. I have no clue what this even does, but it's not too bad. I mean, it is another rock crystal, any bit of wood, and some aquamarine. Okay, so aquamarine, rock crystal. My biggest concern right now is I am out of rock crystals, right? As you can see, we are plumb out already. It's been like 3 crafts and we're out. So that's quite concerning to me. I haven't found any more either. I might have to go on a pretty good mining adventure. I'm not sure if my new digital miner with its new setup will find one or not. I did put rock crystal into the filter, so we'll have to see as we go. But we need, what, 2 pieces of wood? And then 4 sticks for this guy. Pretty straightforward. Nothing too crazy there. Let's go move our miner for now. or just refuel it. I mean, just refuel it. And we'll see if we have any rock crystal as well. Not looking like it, is it? I see sapphire and ruby, which is good, but I'm not seeing any rock crystal. I also see the oil shale, which is kind of cool to consider. But yeah, so yeah, not exactly what we're looking for at this point in time. So let's zoom on back and let's go make this linking tool, and let's go make just a couple of other things from Astral Sorcery. I'm trying to progress as far as I can before I really get blocked or, can't carry on type scenario. So I'm trying to do my best here with that. I do like the idea that this is kind of a funky little crafting grid. You have these extra 4 spots or whatever, which are, represented by, almost these columns, right? It matches. You have your 3x3 with the extra, and just in the system as well. I think that's really clever design. Looks really cool as well. So, yeah, props to them, hands down. All right, and last but not least is the attunement altar. Now, the attunement altar, I have no clue what this does. Aquamarine, but it requires 1 rock salt and some star metal ingots. Now, star metal ingots, I think require star metal ore, which is a starlight transmutation of iron ore. So what we need for that is we need a lens. Is that right? I think that's right. Which requires another rock crystal, might I add. Right? So let's see. Stardust, celestial crystals, star metal ore. Let's get this linking tool and see what it says for star metal. I think it's going to be a rather enlightening. I had fun with that. Puns. So while we're waiting for nighttime to hit and all that kind of stuff, I just made myself everything that I need for our first mana spreader. Very nice. So that'll get us working on our Botania at the same time, which is great, right? We're kind of doubling down, doing a couple of different things at the same time, but it makes me very, very happy that we are. This guy's very important. This is how we're going to transfer our mana into our mana pool. As you can see there, it's going to go in the mana pool. Now, from that point, we need to generate mana, which is a completely different thing. But I also want to get myself a Wand of the Forest, right? Pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy. I just want to make sure that the recipe did not change, which it didn't. Excellent. Okay. So I need to get a little bit of living wood. I'm actually having some FPS lag. I might restart the pack. It's been open for like 8 hours. I've been building and AFK and back and forth. So I might restart the pack here. And then we'll come back. It's pretty much nighttime now. What I'll do is I'll come back and we can finish that up. Alright, I'm back and it feels quite a bit more comfortable FPS-wise. Which is good, because I was a little concerned. It's definitely slowed down a little bit over time, though, that's for sure. And I did not light this up at all. So I'm very fortunate that, I guess, nothing really came to pass up here. Oh, well, can we do this? Maybe we'll do this instead. At least for now. I really don't want to have torches up here, so we'll evaluate that as we go here. That looks like it's fine. Okay, good. Good. All right, so as you can see, we are full on the stuff. So let's make ourselves the linking thingy. The linking thingy. Let's do it. I think the only other thing that we can get, or one of the other things, is this attunement altar. I'm not too sure what it does, but it's that star metal. So let's take a look at what the linking tool got us from Astral Sorcery. Very nice. Loot. Excellent. Beautiful. And a star metal. Star metal ore is iron ore that has received a sufficient amount of starlight. Okay. That did not help at all. at all. Neither did that. So I think it was in Entombment that I saw iron ore. Yeah, so focus beams of starlight likely have other uses besides looking pretty and directly impact the world. With a linking tool. So focusing the light directly onto an iron ore block with a linking tool from a strong source should suffice to test this. Okay. Should change. Interesting. Okay. So I believe this is where it comes into getting ourselves the crystal lens, right? So again, one of the quick notes that I have to reference is you always have to watch which way the little light beams are going. So we have the linking tool, and we need a crystal lens to get the iron transmutation. Okay, good. So, and then from there, we get the star metal. So that's kind of our steps to move forward, okay? So what we need to get first is we need to get ourselves that crystal lens, right? So the crystal lens, crystal, isn't that what it was called? Lens? We'll do it this way. Lens, Primslems. Was it just lens? Anyways, from Astral Sorcery. So this guy requires a rock crystal. It requires some glass lenses, which is just glass panes. No, it's not. That's if we have Starlight Infusion. But it's mana glass panes, aquamarine, mirrored glass from Thaumcraft, Quicksilver. Oh, that's a little bit more expensive. We do not have access to mirrored glass at this point in time. We just don't. So, are we kind of stuck for right now? I think so. Until we develop more in the other magic mods. Again, I actually like how intertwined or, you know, required other magic mods are for this one and all that kind of type of stuff. I really do like that. I think that that's very, very good to see. I'm a big fan. So, yeah, you won't see me complain about that as much as it is a little bit of a hassle just to kind of get things ready to go. Let's go with a lime wand. Yeah, wand of the forest. There we go. Nice. So, we completed a different quest, which is good. We can get that one done. Beautiful. Wand of the forest is very important. A very important item indeed. Dang, that's nice. I will gladly take that. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, good. So the Wand of the Forest does some cool stuff in that it... Hi. Hello, Flare. Wand of the Forest is cool because it'll allow us to move around like our beams of mana and where we want them to shoot and all that kind of stuff, which is really, really important once you get into a little bit more of a complex system. Right now, we aren't generating any mana, so I can't get things like, you know, mana glass or anything like that that requires mana. So we need to kind of jumpstart that. Well, that's an interesting development. Now, we do have a couple of cheats, to say the least, and it's because we waited so long to get all of this going. We did get a few things from, you know, other mods, basically. So, this is one of them. Botania, a Black Lotus, right? Black Lotus is pretty straightforward. It's a Botania item that you find in the world, and what you do is... Is that not what you do? No? Emits strong magical vibes. Pretty sure that's what you do. Oh, but I think you already need to have mana in it. I think you do need to have mana. Okay. That's alright. It's not a big deal. So, let's get ourselves a little bit of mana. And let's start that by making an Endo Flame. Okay? Endo Flame is your basic and kind of your best. So, it's brown, light gray, and red. Okay? Brown, light gray, and red. I don't have too much red, but I know I have a whole bunch of brown, and light gray is right there. Beautiful. So I'll just do this for now. We'll throw that guy back in there, and we can get this thing done. Okay? It's a pretty easy recipe. all things considered. Yeah, really easy compared to some of the stuff, right? Bam. End of flame. Very nice. Quest complete. Oops, wrong button. We'll get that loot chest and more future blocks. Beautiful. So what this does is basically you have that there, and as you can see, it is already bound to the mana spreader. But I'm going to bound the mana spreader to the mana pool, right? And you can see the check marks and see what it's all working towards. You can also set that to function mode so that you don't accidentally bind something that you maybe didn't want to bind, right? Makes sense so far? The next step for the End of Flame is it is like a furnace. It likes fuel. It likes coal. It likes coal coke. All of that type of stuff. It is a huge fan of. You throw it down beside it, it'll gobble it up. And what you'll see is we will start to be producing mana. Once this gets to that tick, we now have mana in our pool. Very nice. And there we go. We've got even more mana in our pool from those black lotuses. So you do need to have a little bit of mana in there. You can't just start with that from nothing. But as you can see, this is generating. It's outputting to this spreader. We're not getting very much, right? We're getting a pretty basic amount of mana. Now, mana is something that takes a lot of time. It really does. You can do some more advanced setups with some of the more advanced flowers, but Endoflame is kind of your go-to. I'm not going to lie. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to make a whole bunch of Endoflames. Yeah, I think we're going to do that because it's just the best way to do this. It really is. So in the meantime, I'll be back, I guess, with hopefully a whole bunch of Endoflames so that we can kind of start to fuel them and really, wow, these flowers, like you go to break them with the shears. I don't know if it's just these shears or what, but whew, it does not like them. But yeah, I'm going to get a whole bunch of stuff here. I'm thinking like 64 brown, 32 red, 32 light gray, just to get things all set up appropriately. It really does not like me breaking these things. It really doesn't. All right, cool. So we'll get this all going, and that'll be great to get a whole bunch of Endoflames. All right, so shift right click with my water reinforced bucket gets me, I believe it's like 8 buckets worth or something like that. It definitely helps in this process. You can also use the empty hand trick. It automatically places the petals in there, and you can kind of just keep on going, right? You can keep on cruising, dropping in your seeds, and getting yourself your Endoflames. Pretty darn nice. That's a lot of Endoflames that I just made, to say the least. 32, plus I have the one over here. So this is a good thing overall. Yeah, it really does not like me breaking grass all of a sudden in particular ways or directions. I don't know. Anyways, so I cleared out a little bit of room here, and what we can do is we can just kind of throw these down in a nice big old patch of Endoflames, right? Nothing too crazy. We don't need to like reinvent the world here or anything like that. Most of these should all be linked automatically. They're all in range of that mana spreader, so that's great. Now, we might get into a bit of a situation where the mana spreader can't actually accommodate all of them. And that is a definite possibility. So that's something to keep in mind when you're placing these things as well. So just something to just think about more than anything. So yeah, placing these guys down, I'm going to check and make sure that we're in range, which it appears like we are. So that's great. Whereas here, not so much, right? Perfect. That is what I wanted to confirm. I figured that I was in the right range anyways. So I'm going to place down a piece of dirt there. and we'll just kind of go this way. And what you'll see is, oh, we're back in range, right? Now, I can't remember if it's a square or a circle. It appears to be a square, so that's good. So we can throw down all of our Endoflames like so. They're all linked to that one mana spreader. Now, most of you that have played around with Botania in the past are going to say, oh, silly, silly, silly guy. You do realize what you just did, right? And absolutely I did. So what this is meaning is if I grab, say, half a stack, right? Let's grab the full 33, right? We have 33 flowers. Let's grab the 33 of those, and we'll kind of explore from there. Where's that other coin? Was it back here? Yeah, there it was. We have titanium coins now, too. The real winner. All right. So if we bring these 33 blocks of coal, all of these Endoflames will be activated, right? Pretty straightforward, right? If I just kind of toss them down, the Endoflames will pick them up in various fashions within their range to burn up our fuel, okay? Those ones over there. There we go. So all of these are going to be firing. Beautiful. So all of our flowers are now producing. Well, guess what? There's our mana spreader completely full. And what you can do is, as you can see here, we've maxed out an Endoflame and it's not producing, right? So we kind of sort of just wasted a whole bunch of stuff, right? So this is why it was so important to me to make sure that whatever I do, I have enough of the illumination powder to make a few more of these spreaders. Okay, so I'm going to make a couple of more of these. I think I'm going to take... Yeah, we'll just do the 2 for now. We'll just do the 2. I don't know if 2... We might need 3. You know what? Let's take 2 more of these just in case. I think the 3 will be better in this scenario. So let's grab this. I think I'm short on living wood if I do this or this method. So we'll do this. We'll get 1 for now. That guy is going to be basically right beside this one, kind of like so. We're going to set this to bind mode. We're going to connect that to the mana pool, right? And then what we're going to do is we are going to connect these ones over here to this mana spreader. So any of the ones that are going from this row, they are going into this mana spreader, along with this row. Now, I don't know what the capacity is. I can't recall what it is. But as you can see, we have the, 8 on there right now. And it seems to be doing a pretty good job. All of these are empty, right? And that one's still not caught up. So let's get a little bit more living wood. That's not glitched at all. It's fine. I like having the particle effect, but yeah, a little glitchy. As you can see, I'm getting a little bit of lag, and I restarted, and I'm a little bit concerned overall about that, actually. So I'll have to keep an eye on it. I don't know what could be causing it. The only thing I'm thinking that could be causing it is this guy right here that I placed down. So I'm going to actually remove that. I think what it's doing is it's updating lighting, and it's just causing... Yeah, I think that was it. It was just causing FPS, right? For the most part. So yeah, as you can see, all of these, a lot of these are like maxed out, right? Not good. Not good at all. So we'll set that to bind mode. Once I get this living wood, it'll definitely help. And then we have a little bit of mana, right? Our mana's going up pretty darn effectively too. We're almost at a tick in this mana pool. That's great. That's really, really good. I'm very, very happy about that. There we go. A little bit more of that should give us another one of these, which is fantastic. I'm going to place that guy down there. And I'm going to do the same thing where we're linking these ones here to that spreader. instead. So now we have 2 rows for each mana spreader in our system. So, overall, we are looking pretty darn nice. Pretty darn nice, I think. Alright, let's double check on that. Okay, yeah, so the full 10 seems to be a little bit much for the system. But the 8 seems to be okay. Actually, you know what? The 10's probably alright. I'm just checking the Endoflames. Yeah, I mean, they're starting to gain a little bit, right? A little bit. A little bit they're gaining, but nothing too crazy. We're not like losing a ton. And that's important. I could also remove or pull out a couple. And the other thing that I can do is I can make another spreader, put it on top, and shoot into the mana pool as well. So we can kind of divvy up maybe the back line here a little bit more, just to give it a little bit more flexibility. And the other thing too is this system's really easily automatable, right? Overall, very straightforward. Actually, this middle one has still 3 rows, doesn't it? Oh boy. Yeah, we'll definitely need to get another one, another spreader here. There's a reason I got the 4, I guess, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are we at for lime? We should be good. Okay. So I'm going to get another one of these. I'm going to plant it down. We're going to get things going. As much mana as we can get going as possible. Out of our 33 Endoflame setup. I might make it a more even number. Just for my own sake. But yeah, this is what we're looking at. And I think that's it. We're well past probably wrapping up time at this point. I feel like we've done a lot too, so that's good. You know, we're getting some things done on the magical side, which is really, really cool, in my opinion. We haven't really done that yet, so boom to mana pool, beautiful. And what I'm going to do here is we're going to go, you go to there, you go to there. So that gives that guy 8. You go to there, you go to there, you also go to there. So that gives that one 5. And then I'm going to take these guys from this row and fire them in as well. So that should give us like 8 or 9 per mana spreader. So hopefully these, yeah, that one's already starting to catch up. That one's got 9 on it, and I think it's being a little bit on the slower side. But overall, pretty darn good. We're actually utilizing and getting as much, I think, mana as we possibly can out of our Endoflames during a single burn cycle. So, works good for me. I'm a big fan. Very, very happy with the system. Maybe next time we'll do a little bit of automation with it, right? Get a little bit of automation going. So, yeah, probably pretty important. Plus, it's also going to eat through our coal pretty darn quickly. Not that bad, though. We do have a digital miner and all. So, anyways, that's it for me. Subscribe, like, all that kind of stuff. I will most definitely be... Oh, well, that's fine. That's fine. That's from that cave illuminator. It illuminated things. Yeah, I think that caused just a ton of lag. Probably really nice, because hopefully I'll have less, like, zombie noises underneath my Botania area, which is what I was trying to just get away from, was some of that. So hopefully that solves that problem. But for now, yeah, we got a lot of other stuff on the go. All right, that's it for me. Have a good one. Bye-bye for now.